White guilt.
Let's talk about it. Okay, so I have something that I feel guilty about, kind of. Yeah, I do. And I'm confused. Okay, so I teach actors.
Yep.
And one of my black actors, this does happen actually, not often, but now I'm like... Blackers, yeah.
Don't say that.
No, don't. That was, I don't know what that was. Too much scotch.
Yeah, sorry.
Okay, but listen, all right, I do have a story for you.
Go.
Okay, so, I'm working with actors. I have this amazing black actress. She's really good, but every time she says ask, she says ax.
Yep.
And so... And this was years and years ago. So I said, when you say ax, can you say ask? Because that's, And then later, I was like, years later, I was like, wait, should I not have said that? And does it matter, like, depending on who she's playing, then do I say that? Or, so that makes me really uncomfortable because I don't know. I thought I was helping her pronounce the word correctly.
Right.
Correctly, right? I think when you're acting and you're playing a part, maybe that there is a difference depending on the character you're playing. But I think I thought I was educating her. Right. Oh my God, I'm going to get a lot of people getting mad at me. I'm so sorry.
You're about to get a lot of email.
Yep. Okay, but talk to me about that. Like, what should I never correct that?
Yeah.
Because that's a different.
I think it's a great question. She knows it's ask. It is. There's one of two ways to look at this. Okay. So one of them is that if I am Russian and I grew up Russian and I say vodka, you saying it's vodka doesn't help me at all. I'll go, oh, right, to your face, vodka. And then when I'm in conversation, I will say vodka again, right?
Right.
That's the best Russian that I got. Right, so
right, okay.
It is someone's accent, and the second they go back home, everyone is saying it that way, right? And so this is just how that word is said, right? Okay. You can't get your Italian friends to change the way they say a thing. Can't get your New York friends to not talk with their hands. Keep your hands down. They're not going to, right? The other side of this is when you think about things, and though this, I guess, is somewhat of a disability, but people who speak with a lisp, for example, all day, you can tell them to not say it that way, but that's the way that they just say it, right? So I think that it is this place where if you need it, look, I'm not saying that you're wrong in the business world, I suppose, right? Like, the person that you're, as an actor, the person that you are creating has to say it this way. Totally get that.
Right.
But if it's not that important, then that's just how this person says it.
Right.
It's like trying to take away someone's accent. Right.
Right.
If you hired an actor with an accent and you didn't want them to have an accent, don't hire that actor.
Right.
But also be careful not hiring people with an accent, right? So I think there's a little bit of that to it.
I just didn't, I don't know what I thought. But I didn't think that. I don't know what I thought.
It's not that this person, I can almost guarantee, didn't grow up writing acts. She's written it, spelled it, reads it. That's just how she pronounces said word, in the same way that any other culture says whatever word in their particular way.
Right.
It's just the thing.
Right.
And if they were not in that culture anymore, it might be easier to not say it that way, but again, she's going back to a household that says it that way. It is the way and totally acceptable way of it being said, right? So in her household, she's not going back to say, oh my God, we've been saying ask wrong this whole time. They haven't, right? They all say it their way. And so it reminds me of a story, one of my good friends. I'm totally stealing her story, so when you listen to this, you'll be like, that's my story. But her grandmother was upset with her because her grandmother's from the mountains, and that's how they grew up. And my friend said the word squint, and it was just too much for her grandmother. And her grandmother goes, Lord Almighty, can't that child say squinch?
Squinch.
And it's just like, why would you stop saying squinch? Like, squinch is how we all say it, and now you're trying to sound like someone else When you say squint, right? I think it's very similar to that. Like, axe is the way that this word is said, and it's completely legit way that word is said. So there is this thing like, yeah, this is how we say it. You not saying it that way, that's the weird thing. And so you get to be in this place where you can't win, right? Like, there's only so much code switching anybody can do. And so to say axe at home and ask out in the public, that's a lot of work.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's hard. A lot of people have done it, but yeah, not everyone can and will.
Then they called it black speech or whatever, and then this is not necessarily white speech, but this is like the speech we use when we talk to the press, and this is how we really talk to our friends.
That's ridiculous, because white people do it too.